Yaya's gonna have a bit of a deeper voice today because she was out at a concert last night. No, what it was that there was the fire, like, right? Nell like made a fire. Yes. And it was that she got a little bit of the smoke inhalation, and she's old, and so it kind of messed up her
got gassed.
cords.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now Nell feels really bad.
Nah, she is drinking mountain tea with honey. She's good shit.
I got what tea do I have? I have hot cinnamon spice tea.
Fuck, that sounds good.
I got a dirty chai. I have black coffee.
I do actually have mountain tea from Greece in my cabinet right now, and for the finale, I think I'll make it.
I was just about to say, save that for the finale.
Yeah, it's like, it's not like a bag or anything. It's like you boil like this actual fucking plant, and it's like you strain it and stuff, and it's like this. The plant's like this big. It's crazy. It's awesome. Anyways, hi everybody.
Welcome everybody.
Hello.
This has been Tea Talk. We have what we're calling the segment now, Spill the Tea, where we just talk about the tea that we have for the
How about
thing.
Sip No Evil?
Sip No Evil. That's good shit.
Secondary sister show.
Our Tea Talk podcast.
Spill no teevil.
Oh shit.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Roll No Evil. I am your Jeepers Keepers, and I'm with our Neighborhood Watch. Say hello, Neighborhood Watch.
Hello, Neighborhood Watch.
Neighborhood Watch.
You'll notice that there are two voices missing at the moment, Travis and Key. The desert has killed their internet, but don't worry, they're going to be here for the longer episode, which will be right after this.
Their Wi-Fi router was swallowed up and is now in progress.
Got screwed by Cox.
It's a good
my God.
Good little callback there.
That's what we call a throwback. But for now, we're continuing on with the community meeting because we still have Len and Stick, who I am so excited to recap the events, considering that Key has really, he's been the muscle when doing this sort of explanation. So I'm very excited.
He's the best.
He is the best.
I love you, Key.
So just to cover, this community meeting and the long episode are the last of our regular ones. Afterwards, that larger episode, that community meeting and episode, that's the finale, folks.
That's all, folks.
That's going to be the end of season 3. I hope you're enjoying so far this season. I know that we greatly are. And stay tuned, not just for the finale, but to hear what the next mystery our hunters will be getting up into. So, without further ado, let's begin with our community meeting. So, another day has arrived for the town of Crabapple. The community meeting has once again congregated into the local community center in Core Curve. There we can see that everybody, all the town members, are looking even more frazzled than they were before. A few new missing posters are up. There's a few new mortified faces, people looking uncomfortable and shuffling. You can actually start to visibly see some empty chairs from townsfolk who are not going to be joining, nor will ever join. But in the back where Mr. and Mrs. Pritchett usually hang back with their posters of Millie, we have other family members who hang to the back wall. Some are holding their own missing posters, some are not, but rather they cannot face sitting in the seats. We do see there is an empty seat for Ed next to Penelope. He's fine. He's resting. Yaya, our resident healer here, we're going with the assumption that you would have been the one healing Ed since the last scuffle. How did you stop Ed from coming to this community meeting?
If he had decided to come, it would only aggravate his injuries further. Not just the physical ones, but, the mental and emotional concerns as well. He was fairly, had some fairly traumatic experiences, as we all have, but he also, might have been the cause of some other traumatic experiences as well. So in order to make sure that there was as little conflict between team members, as well as to not aggravate his injuries, I might have slipped a little bit of valerian root into his healing tea, which valerian root is an incredible property in order to help calm the mind, as well as a fantastic conduit for other healing energies, and also has the side effect of making somebody sleep for a little longer than they might normally.
Somewhere in the distance, probably Yaya is the only one who could hear it, just given her... No, probably CJ, you would also hear it due to your, supernatural abilities, but Yaya, just more in tune. just hear the faint sound of snoring.
Yeah, Ed's a snorer.
Oh yeah, that's a man with sleep apnea. I can't say why or how. That feels like a man who snores constantly.
Yeah.
But there is an empty chair next to Penelope, just out of habit, saving it for your dad.
She wouldn't save it for her dad. She's pissed at him.
So then probably everybody's just like, I don't want to sit near her after the events last time. Probably people would have heard yelling. Those
Yeah.
twins probably were not the quietest about just telling your dad this rumor about you, Nell, and CJ. So there's just a little bit of space, but also, like I said, seats are empty, so people are much more spread out.
Everyone's on edge.
Everybody's on edge. It's very visible as you look around the crowd. People are actively noticing the seats that are empty. They're actively taking account of the families that are hanging in the back. Two that are not are CJ and Norman. You're to the side of the stage. Taylor is giving a talk to the rest of the community. There's nothing of substance because truly there's nothing anybody's able to say. Things have just kept continuing. They are reiterating, do not go outside during curfew. Please be careful. People are dead. This is past the point of people are missing. People are dead. Taylor's going through all of this. CJ, Norman, it's just you two. Remember back to your events and how James had a rough time, we'll say. Everybody had a rough time, but I think James had an especially rough time. So the two of you are going back and forth about how you're going to address this to an already terrified crowd, a crowd that is on edge. Have you two determined who will be giving the community meeting, by the way?
I just want to say, James is healing up at Yaya's house also, right? We
Yes.
decided that, yeah. He's also sort of keeping an eye on Ed.
CJ and Norm would have taken him to your house. Well, especially Norm would have taken him to your
Yes.
house. Especially after what happened.
Yes, Yaya, you don't really know what happened. They came very late at night. You had just seen all of them were pretty roughed up and
we smell terrible.
yes,
smell
I was
awful.
just about to say that stinky.
Like, we smell like we bathed in a used toilet, unflushed.
Yes. I would assume as well, even the further day, there's like a musty scent still off of them. Like that's a scent that doesn't scrub out easy. So
Yeah.
when they arrived, it was stinky and James was very badly damaged.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we also like took a break after all that, so it's probably dried in us too.
Yep.
I would like to think you showered. Like that's why you didn't talk to Yaya. You just like left and showered.
Did you shower?
CJ definitely cleaned up, but I think it's still like there is something
It's like in the
funky.
skin.
Yeah, specifically what's on us doesn't really go away. Actually, both
Yeah.
things that are on us don't
Yep.
go away.
Ugh.
Both things. Yep. So to start going with that, have you two discussed who will be giving the update this community meeting?
We did discuss it,
I love
and
this.
we came to a conclusion. I do also want to ask a quick question.
Yes.
Does Norm still have his hair, or has it fallen out?
Same with CJ.
There's some patches missing.
Patch is missing. Okay.
I imagine that Norman, you tried like the rare time you tried styling it, but you could see some patches missing. CJ, your hair is shorter, but it's not all fallen out. Like
Okay.
definitely the edges were like singed from all what we know was swimming around in there.
I don't think that's what Norm's question is about.
Yeah, that's not what I was getting at.
Oh, what was your question?
Mine was specifically related to the thing that I was holding and what it was
yeah.
indicating.
Oh yeah, your hair. Yeah, clumps.
Oh my god.
Clumps.
What did Norm's hair look like before? Because I don't know if I have a clear picture in my brain
Good
of
question.
what Norman's hair
I mean,
looks like.
he always wears like fedora hat, so it's not like he was
course
clean
he
shaven. He
fucking
had his fedora hat, and he had like slightly
Naturally neat.
average Joe shortish hair.
Yeah.
The kind of short that you don't have to gel it up to make it look like anything.
A 2 to 3 on the sides and a scissor cut up top.
Yeah, there you go. 2 to 3 on the sides.
And now it looks like
You can see like hair on his yellow rain jacket, just like slightly falling out. He looks a little pale.
Paler than normal? Oh no.
Norman Alfred Pearson is paler than normal.
so. CJ probably a little less so, but definitely like, maybe like your hair is shedding a bit more.
We look ill.
Ill is the best way to put it. And
Yeah.
it's right now you two, and yeah, you would have seen James was kind of in the same boat.
I sent them home with some little like tinctures to help them sleep and whatnot, so that they would, not look so bad. But they probably still look.
I'm pretty
rough.
sure that what's affecting us,
We'll get
no
into
medicine
it.
will really.
We'll get
fix.
into it. There's a huge chunk that you're missing. So you two have discussed who's going to be speaking?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Who will be speaking?
CJ, I think, doesn't trust Norm to focus on the right things.
Norm is going to attempt to try to speak.
And CJ is like, no, I'm going to do this.
Incredible.
So CJ, you're mainly going to be speaking?
Yep.
Roll.
Okie doke.
I believe in you.
Time to roll 4 words.
I hope it's 2.
That's a 10.
Nice.
I love it for you.
Y'all deafen.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, just deafen. Just wait for my hands like this.
Yeah, nobody wants you here.
All right.
Okay. Jen, first question. Is describing an action going to count towards the words?
What do you mean?
Like if I say that CJ does something while he's talking.
Like a gesture?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll allow it because we're nearing the end.
All right. Love it. Love it. All right. 10 words.
And these were put through the ringer, and I did get really gross the last episode, so I'm gonna allow
gross.
it. It was very gross, so I feel like I should give you this.
Gotcha.
We need to mention the cockroaches.
Yep.
We need to mention
giant roaches man roaches in sewer. We're all gonna die.
No,
Hold up Geiger counter.
radioactive cockroaches in sewer. Zombie. What's her name?
What?
Who?
Where was there a
Zombie.
zombie?
What? The girl.
Oh, yeah. Millie was enchanted or something like that. Millie hypnotized.
Radioactive cockroaches in sewer. Millie left football enchanted.
Get 2 words left.
We're dead.
We're dead. No, well, I feel like there's got to be something else. So we have 8.
I can say things. They're not going to hear me, but the recording will. For the audience, so what's happening right now is that the people who are trying to decide the words are deafened, but all I can see on the Discord call is them pointing and holding up their different fingers. And so me and Doot just started also holding up fingers of variety of shapes and numbers. I started doing some rock, paper, scissors. They're probably like, why is Emily talking right now? And you know what? It's okay. This is for you and me, listeners, and Doot, actually, and Trav, I guess. This is for us. This isn't for them. They don't need to know. We can just have a lovely moment of me crooning into the microphone. It reminds me of my radio days when I had a radio show and like a college radio station. And I knew that there was like so little listeners ever. So you would just talk into the microphone. Very cathartic about it. Contemplation. Words. Vibes.
The others are mocking us with gestures because we're counting on our fingers, and Jen is just doing the Macarena and hit the mic.
We're just having some fun.
Yeah.
It's very funny to see just the numbers and the fingers going nuts.
All right.
All right. Hang on. Let me message this to Stick so I have it in
Yeah,
writing.
because we want to make sure we also copy and paste.
All right. We're ready.
Yeah.
Wave like crazy to let them know we're ready. Stick just flashed us.
Alrighty. You see Taylor, and he's looking pretty like he hasn't slept either. For a guy who looks so smug in the beginning and everything, he looks even more jumpy, like everybody else. He looks over and sees you, CJ, and Norman, looking worse for wear, we'll say. And he gestures way more like unofficially than he ever had. He looks just like, yeah, come up. He ends his little speech going over again reiterations about the curfew, the people who are still labeled as missing, and says, I will now give the floor to Mr. Swanson and Mr. Pearson for their last update. As you two go up the stage, she does kind of flinch at the lingering smell still coming off of both of you, but just ignores it and then just goes, we will be having some community hours here in the community center. I know that some people are scared to be at home during the nights now, so we've worked with the mayor to establish that this is a safe haven. If you would like to spend the night here, you can. Police will be here as well as plenty of people. Offer is open. And with that, and he gestures to you two to the microphone.
Yeah, so I think we're squabbling over on the side, and CJ wrestles away a little box from Norman and goes, give it to me. I'm going up there.
This is my thing.
Yeah, it's my thing right now.
I was right the whole time.
Can you describe the box before we begin?
It is a small metallic box with sort of a dial on it.
Mm-hmm.
And as it gets closer to either one of us, it starts clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, sorry, it's a box, you said?
It's a small box with like a dial on it, and it's clicking.
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably about the size of like one of the larger walkie-talkies.
Like it's a good size. Anyway, continue.
CJ storms up, very determined, to the microphone,
And Norm is right behind him. And Norm...
and he's like pushing Norm away because he doesn't trust him to focus on the right things because so much happened. And CJ says, "Radioactive roaches in sewer. Millie left game enchanted. And then I got this approved. I can hold up this box that is clicking and the dial is going up and down. And his last 2 words are, 'We're dead.'"
Oh, it's a Geiger counter. Radiation poisoning. Oh, we're in Chernobyl. Oh, lots of things in my brain. Chernobyl, fantastic show. Can you type that in the thing?
Don't worry, it's all in writing so you can look. At the announcement, especially the part of "We're dead," you hear the rumbling of the crowd, just kind of like what? Like everybody's like turning to one another, whispering, "Psst, psst, psst. What is it? Dead? What's going on? What's going on?" You see the people in the back, the family members who have people missing and or are scared, are just kind of like, they're the most, like their eyes are bright wide, they're looking at each other. You actually see some go up to the police officers to demand answers, as well as Taylor, who during the speech, in both he's just too tired to keep up like the "I am an official," but also you two are still pretty stinky. So he does go down to kind of escape all of that. There's a bunch of people who immediately go up, stand up from their seats, and are starting to try to make their way over to them, demanding answers.
Norm is going to push his way to the mic and go, "If you want to hear more from this, I will speak more about it on 770 AM WFOG, the Midnight Zone."
This is why I didn't let you go, because you're just going to plug your fucking radio show.
Shut up. This is my moment. The people need to hear.
Yeah, they need to hear it now, not at midnight.
It's called the Midnight Zone. It's not at midnight, you dummy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Yaya would be mad at me.
Yeah, you are hearing this? Yeah, as I would imagine, as like people all around you from sitting down, they're getting up and they are going to Taylor and the police, demanding those answers, while the two of you can just remain on that stage. So Nell and Yaya, what are you doing?
She like sort of puts a hand on like Nell when they say like the word "dead," right? As like we're gonna figure this out, Kurita, and then goes up to Normandos and CJ.
Yeah, Nell's gonna follow her because it's just the 4 of them. Figured they just talk in a group.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, Yaya goes up to them and says, "You didn't say much last night when you were dropping James off with me. Are you two okay?"
Now, just to set the stage, whereas before you've all gotten injured, there has been magic and or medical to quickly patch up. These two do look haggard. Norman is especially pale. There are those clumps missing from his hair. CJ, like little scratches, like not too bad, but very pale, dark circles. And I would imagine like the ends of the hair are fried off, maybe uneven. And you remember, Yaya, seeing James. James was in a very bad state. He was in the same paleness, the same sheds of hair coming out. His shirt was torn. He had gashes along himself. Sick as dogs. Like this is one of the times out of all the damage where it is a taken back look.
Yeah, I care about you. I please ask, keep 6 feet away.
I think she does.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and he points the Geiger counter at either of us.
Yeah, and you just hear this like, yeah.
May I please see this Geiger counter you are holding?
Yeah, here you go. And he hands it over.
Roll investigate a mystery.
Norman's gonna open up his thermos, take a big slurp from his straw, and it's like, you know how you try to drink like an ice cream milkshake from McDonald's.
It's just like too thick.
It's too thick to go through the straw.
Oh god. What is the smell off of it?
Strawberries. Very, very sweet strawberries.
Strawberries
Okay.
again. Okay.
Is it like a strawberry Pop-Tart that you fucking blend in?
I'm thinking that you just put a cheesecake in there.
Oh, I love
I
cheesecake.
had strawberry last time.
This is a different strawberry.
Oh god. Oh god.
How bad did you roll?
Girl, I got a 5.
Use luck.
I am going to use luck because I want to know what the fuck is up because this feels like an
Nice.
important thing to actually know
Yeah.
truly and fully. And this is the first time you guys used luck, so this feels fine.
All right, so you get this box, but you're able to recognize you've been around the block a few times, and you remember when these were more prevalent around, when they actually used to sell
Yeah.
these. This is a Geiger counter. It's definitely broken. It's rusted along the edges, whereas like the face typically would have like actual like decals that would have told you the exact amount. It doesn't, but you could still see it's still moving. So you could see that it's going to max, even though it isn't pristine.
But what is the max? Because different Geiger counters have different maximums, right?
High is probably bad, right?
High. It's not going to have, we're not going to do like specific amounts. Just think about low and high.
Don't think too hard. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
you're thinking way too hard. They just said cockroaches were around. Like, it's more so just think about it just high and low.
Okay. Where my brain is at, we don't have to keep this in. And we like this could not be kept in. But it's like this idea where one of the things in Chernobyl was that like why they didn't realize it was bad, like how bad it was because like all they had was the lowest meters, which were like 3.6, which was like that's why there wasn't a lot of concern at first.
Yeah.
Yes, it was maxed out, but when it only reads up to 3.6, like that's not great.
We're going more so with the just think about high and lows.
So like so actual real high, not like a little thing that
Real
like
high. So you look at it and you can see like this is an old model of it. This isn't like, left abandoned for like 10 years. We're talking like a number of years. This is from when you were a young woman.
Interesting.
It goes into your hands. It's silent. The bar's all the way down. So everything is fine. But as you like turn it towards them, you hear the creaking, the crackle of it as it goes up high. It's never going past the medium amount, but they're definitely irradiated, the two of them. Norman a bit more than CJ.
I say this with all the love in the world, you two, but why did you come here if you were into this community meeting with everybody in town if you were radioactive?
People needed to know about this. The entire sewer is like this.
Oh. So you mentioned radioactive roaches. Is it the roaches that are radioactive or is it the sewer that is radioactive?
I think the sewer made the roaches that were man-sized.
Okay, and they're man-sized.
They're man-sized.
That's interesting.
One of them was.
Oh.
Only
one
one.
of them was.
Okay.
The rest are huge, though, and they burn you when you touch them.
Does Nell still have that little like flower bud on her?
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
does the Geiger counter react to it?
So you take out the flower, and the minute you do, you're standing next to Yaya.
Mhm.
The minute you do,
Mhm.
the Geiger counter starts crackling.
Oh, no.
Okay, that makes sense.
Kuricha, you should, I would highly recommend you toss that flower to CJ or to Norman to keep safe.
Give it to us. We're already fucked.
Okay, sure. And she tosses it to CJ. I mean, I've had it for a while now.
You have that in your pocket? Oh, God. The healthcare thing in my brain is like, that ain't good for lots of things. It's
I
fine.
mean,
We're not going to
no, I
think
had
too
a
hard
dumb
about it.
thought. Never mind.
No, go with the dumb thought.
My dumb thought is that, like, hey, it was in her pocket. Maybe it'll make her sterile. A woman's
I mean, that was
dream. Yeah.
literally exactly where my brain went.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just not going to think about the repercussions of that. Yep.
Who got the flower petal?
yeah.
Who'd you pass it to?
I have it.
Okay,
Yeah.
just make sure that you say that it's in your inventory.
Yep.
I can roll for this. Would Yaya have like iodine pills or any iodine like on her? I mean, that's a weird thing to keep on her, but like she does healy stuff. I could roll for that.
Yeah, let's do. You can roll homeopathy.
That feels real.
I know that it says specific of apple cider vinegar, but it does say supplements.
It does say supplements, homeopathy. All right. And so this is healing, this is magic. I get all kinds of bonuses for that because of some other shit, which is great. Okay. That was, I think, an 8. Yeah, because that wasn't technically use magic.
Yep.
But I do get a +1 when healing, so that becomes an and then plus. Yeah, so that's an 8.
Yeah, because the plus is weird. Yeah, so you have those tablets, and are able to.
Yeah.
I imagine you kind of toss them instead of handing it.
Yeah, I do that. I do not. It helps protect your thyroid from absorbing any more. Look, man, I know a lot about this.
Chernobyl's a great show.
Look, I've always found Chernobyl's a great show. Also, I just find nuclear energy very fascinating and studied it a lot in school. Anyways, this will not heal you of the damage you have been exposed to, but hopefully it can help prevent any further issues.
I'm scared, Yaya.
Oh, Gori, I don't know. There's something going on in this town, and hopefully there will be something here that can help you, because you two are too young to have this.
So the two of you get these pills and you take it, and for now it's going to prevent anything getting worse. So the hair that was for Norman was coming out more in clumps. For CJ, that was just more stringy, way more strands than typical. That's on pause.
James is radioactive in my house. You know what? I'm gonna deal with that later. Think of that.
Really? Everyone's radioactive.
This thing did not go down the entire time we were in the sewer.
But it went down when it came to me. So we're not. The boys are.
Yeah, you guys are probably not radioactive, but you definitely drank radioactive fluid.
You have the Geiger counter, and it's not going off when either of you have it pointed or holding, whereas those two did. Once you take the iodine, though, both of you, it will, it's still a little bit, very little past, I don't detect anything. And that underlying nausea that was kind of, settling in your stomachs has lifted quite a bit.
Radioactivity is real, and you should be real afraid.
Yeah.
Really afraid
I am. I truly, deeply am.
This might be the scariest monster in this entire season.
Can we just say that, Yaya didn't put James in the same room for healing as Ed?
I would imagine, you left Ed, somewhere where it's just more so all right, I have to deal with you, and when you got James, it was this is a situation, and I got to take him to a special room to treat him.
Great. I love it, because that's fine.
Yep.
When Nell tossed the flower to CJ, did the flower react to the extra radiation coming from him, or no?
Great question. I want you to roll.
Do you understand the weird?
Yes, that's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
My current notes include, this is fucked.
That is a 9.
Great. So as the petal is, you have to toss it to CJ. It was before he took the iodine. And at this point, after taking it, CJ, Norman, Nell, and you can go towards them comfortably now. You're out of the danger fields. They're not going to just get you sick immediately. So as the flower is tossed, you do see that greenish color, which it's been in your pocket. It's been kind of a pale, pretty typical, even though it's a flower that doesn't come in a green variant, a pretty typical, pale green color. It does somehow become more vibrant. And you think at first it's a trick of the light. And then once it's there, once CJ has it, he puts his hand around it so you can't see, quote unquote, what its end state is.
All right, this is super fun.
So I want to grabby hands for the Geiger counter back.
Gimme.
Yeah. I hand it.
And then I'm going to run to the bathroom and run the sink.
Okay.
And see how the water is.
Whoa.
I like this.
It's not going off.
Okay.
Well, that's some.
You guys might be fine.
Do you yell from the bathroom, or do you come out of the bathroom and say that?
I yell it from the bathroom.
Well, Nell's going to say my dad might not be, because when he was angry that last community meeting, the flower kind of turned a vibrant green with his anger. And then it faded when he calmed down. So the fact that it's reacting to your radiation, it was reacting to his emotions. Something's up.
Emotional radiation?
Are you two angry right now?
I just feel sick.
Is Norman less radioactive than CJ?
Probably not.
Both of them after the iodine, their levels went down quite a bit. Norman is still a little above. If we want to think about it in terms of a Geiger, CJ is it's just barely lifting from saying he's not radioactive. For Norman, it's a little bit more. He was always more radioactive, even with the tablets. He's still a little bit, but nowhere near like a danger field.
Dear listeners, please remember we are not Health and Human Services.
No.
We don't know how medicine works.
Nope.
Don't take any medical advice from us.
No, for the love of God,
No.
don't.
There was cockroach men. I'm not going off of science. If you came here thinking that I was going to be like fucking LARPing Chernobyl with this plot, think again. I didn't Google goddamn shit.
All my knowledge comes from Fallout.
You know what? I
Literally,
love that for
I
you.
just used Fallout as a basis. Anywho.
I don't know if I wrote it down, but I had a thought in my head from the last after our last community meeting. You said something about Millie left the game. Did you mean that she left something behind, or that she got out?
Well, we stole the videos back and we watched them.
Oh,
Yeah, the thing that you were supposed to look at during the last community
Yeah.
meeting, and then it just turned into a telenovela. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
She was there at the game, and then when she left, she was a zombie, just deadpan, walking straight. Not like just walking straight without moving in any other direction, despite the obstacles. And then she went missing. Oh, we even asked some townsfolk who saw her in the center of town, and they said she was like a zombie too.
CJ, did you ever find out what her shortcut home was?
It looked like she was going in a straight line through Core Curve, even though there's a bunch of stuff in the way.
Okay.
Ariana, the one who owns the diner, she saw her, and she said it was like she was dead.
And Norman, he like points into like the crowd that is like congregated around like Taylor and the rest of them, just to give yous, obviously in terms of characters, a visual, just a middle-aged woman that you recognize from owning and running the town's diner.
Sorry, I don't have Ariana's last name. All I have is Ariana, woman with dog piss.
The dog was shitting. Thank you very much.
Her name I just said was Ariana.
I had this thought last time that I was like, is Millie doing this on purpose? Like, is this like, did she disappear as so much as like, you know, controlling the behind the scenes here? But it sounds like more she's possessed by something. But I do want to say that I did have that thought at the end of last episode of like, or the last community meeting of like, is Millie the victim here, or is she? But this makes me feel like maybe not. But
It's looking like she was not in control of herself.
Yeah, we know Millie was like always around doing something, like helping out with the town beautification project. So it seems like she got exposed during that and then became a zombie and wandered off. Maybe it's a giant plant underground.
feed me, Seymour.
Do you think she got like spores in her nose that control people?
I don't know, man.
Okay. I might want to come back and talk to the boys some more. But I do want to do something that I realize we have never done in any of these things. I want to go talk to Millie's parents.
We've talked to Millie's
talked.
parents.
Have we?
That was in the Mystery Kids episode. That was a
Yeah.
real session. Or full session.
What did I think okay, so how about this? Yaya says, I realize I don't think I've spoken to Millie's parents at all. Have either of you talked to Mr. and Mrs. Pritchard yet?
Pritchett.
Did I say Pritchard? I meant Pritchett, sorry.
I think James has, but like we could go talk to them now.
All right, so who is going with Yaya to talk to the Pritchetts?
I don't want to do something that's already been done. That's why I was kind
You
of
can still
asking
talk
them
to them,
of
it's
like
fine.
New information has
Yeah, we got
come
new
to light.
information.
new information. Okay, I do want to do that. Yeah, I do that.
Nell goes with.
Okay, so you're going. CJ, are you going with them or?
He's gonna hang back and try to avoid people.
Again, you're no longer radioactive. You're no longer radioactive.
He still feels and smells horrible.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, even if you're not giving people like cancer, you do stink.
Yeah.
Norm's gonna go run to the bathroom and throw up. Because I assume like it's as he still has like internal poisoning.
You're still
Yeah.
like, ugh, like you still feel sick. The tablet that Yaya gave is not making you worse, and it helped quite a bit, but you're still not like, ugh.
What about like the hospital?
Yeah, this seems something where it's like the werewolf attack. It's like, all right, that something should not go to the hospital. They'll ask too many questions. But radiation, that does feel like a hospital kind of thing. I'm down with that. I'm down with the sickness.
We can
there.
just say, because you two are not going to be in the next long episode, it can end with you saying that you're going to the hospital.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
at least what CJ's gonna do.
Norman?
If that's an option, that's something that
That's
I would do too.
always been an option. This is a fully functioning town.
What do you mean? We have medical services?
Is there any other questions I have for you too? Where do we know where they were patrolling last night? That feels like not like a. Where were they patrolling last night?
Pink Lady Plaza.
Yep. Pink Lady Plaza.
Oh, I guess the one other question I have is so you said that the sewers. First of all, I do have some questions.
So
actually.
we're gonna just say
What
that you're talking
led-
to CJ because he's still out.
Yeah. What led you to this to go even to the sewers in the first place?
Everyone was getting these roach infestations, and they were all coming from the drains. So, and there were like roaches already coming out of like storm drains and stuff, and we were like, well, gotta go down there. It was a literal shit show.
You hear in the back of your mind just the sound of a little kid just having fun trying to poke at a cockroach with a stick.
Yeah. Oh god, that kid was disgusting. So was his friend.
I found a bug. Just like
Yeah.
echoing in your back of your head, that kid.
I really want that to have an echo effect on it.
Yes,
Just,
please.
I found a bug.
I found a bug. Those are my favorite NPCs so far. Just for how much they disgusted you.
CJ didn't have a bug phobia before that episode, but we just sort of developed it in the in the room.
So good.
CJ, you said, like, in part of your thing that we're dead? Do you mean that by, like, the radiation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really scared that I'm gonna die.
I think you're gonna be okay. I think you've been through worse.
I am going straight to the hospital after this.
Yeah, that's smart.
I just meant me and Norman, but also maybe everyone, but it looks like the water is fine.
Okay, that's good.
So maybe everyone's fine. You should maybe get checked out for like poisoning. Do you feel okay with the flower?
Well, that's a good question. Do I feel okay?
Does the Geiger counter, like, she doesn't have a flower anymore. Does the Geiger counter react at all to Nell?
We're going to do a move to determine that. So you are
God.
just going to, it's just going to be a flat roll with a modifier. I need you to roll plus weird.
I believe in you.
Flat plus weird? Okay, let's see. Rolling the chaos dice. My weird, what's my weird? That is a dirty 12.
You feel fine.
Okay.
Luckily, you were the one to take it.
Mm.
And though you aren't aware, your powers are still burgeoning, you're still trying to get a handle on it, you have subconsciously protected yourself against this item. You've had it, you've been scared, and though you don't understand it, you were able to at least shield yourself from this item getting you sick like the others.
I love that.
CJ, maybe you shouldn't have that flower because I feel fine.
Maybe we should like wrap it in tinfoil or something.
Lead. I drop it off after this community meeting. Drop it off at my place before we go on our watch, and I will make sure it is in a container that cannot be that it won't harm anybody.
Okay.
Like a refrigerator.
I mean, an old one, probably.
Just carry that.
I learned from a movie that refrigerators will keep you away from nuclear and radioactive activity.
It's that Indiana Jones movie when he survives the blast from the right?
Yeah, that's very scientifically
I
accurate.
think there was a scene in the Fallout show of that too.
Well, in the Fallout game, there's a kid in a refrigerator, but he's severely irradiated and becomes a ghoul.
There was an old model refrigerator. We got these new fancy refrigerators with radioactive prevention.
I'm sorry. I do apologize that I talked about a scene that doesn't exist because I forgot that it was from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which doesn't exist
No.
as a movie. I forgot about that. So I'm sorry. I just made that up. Don't worry about it.
Never happened. Just bleep that entire time she was talking about that
Just
movie.
bleep. It's just on the, yeah, that's so funny. Okay. What was I going to say? There was the one other question I had was, did it appear like there were any of the townspeople who were involved in the sewer radiation? You know, in our previous interaction with the witches, right? Like those were people who were perpetrating this. We didn't really get to talk much after the Plants versus Zombies episode, but I guess my same question goes there. For those two pieces, you did say actually that it was the whatchamacallits, the rices that were behind the plants.
They were behind the town beautification project.
But didn't they planted the flowers and the flowers weren't nice? That's what I have
Them in
down.
like a committee.
Yeah. Like Millie was part of like the committee that planted the flowers.
But but I'm saying weren't the twins also? No, they're the Weavers.
No.
Never mind.
No, they were
they're just the worst.
assholes. Yeah.
They're just the worst. Okay. Well, so I guess that was my question. Is like, did it seem like for either of those two things that there was purpose from a person or somebody behind this?
For a minute, I thought maybe this bug company, Fly By Night Exterminators, was behind it, but I really think they were just going around by word of mouth. I don't think they actually were doing it. They were treating every house that had these roaches. We didn't see anyone causing it. I think the roaches were part of the effect.
Do we think the Beautification Project Committee is evil, or are they just
I don't think they're evil. I think it was a similar thing with the plant, that it was just an effect that happened.
They planted the plants, and then whatever is happening, whatever radiation, whatever thing, something affected the plants like something affected the cockroaches,
Yeah.
right? It's not that the plants were inherently evil plants. It's that... Well, to be fair, though, I think the thing is that the plant itself, I remember from the last episode, Yaya tried to it was a plant she's never seen before and like is not native, is not any of those. So it's like, who sourced those plants, right?
So you were able to see it was an evening primrose, like a plant you would have seen, but it was green, which doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did we say Mr. and Mrs. Rice were the ones who planted the flowers?
You just knew that they were part of the beautification community.
Are they here today?
Roll investigate a mystery.
Yai needs to fucking be better at sharp. She rolled like a 6. Does anybody want to help out and see if they see them over the crowd? You guys got old eyes?
You can now help out.
Roll help out.
Okay, I'm gonna also mark experience because that was a 4.
You don't see anybody, but granted, everybody is like crowding around, like Taylor and the officials, like getting answers. So maybe they're there, maybe they're not. You do not see them, and that crowd is like all congealed together. You're not gonna see them, even if they were there or not.
Okay. Did James get their phone number?
Nope.
Do they have any missing kids with flyers?
You got no idea.
Do we know where they live? No, they live in the part that's already been investigated. All right, that's fine. I guess I will never know. I'm gonna write that down as a note.
Remember the races.
Ask someone on beautification committee. Right, because that to me, like, if they were green when they planted them, then it's like there is some concept of like whoever planted, right? That's sort of the thought process
I'm
here,
seeing
right?
the logic.
Yeah, just for the squad.
I'm seeing the logic.
Well, Nelson's gonna say, well, Mrs. Ulysses was the one who told me about the field renovation project with the rices and everything.
Wait a second.
I didn't say that because I didn't want to upset you that I talked to her.
No, I just find it interesting. Did you guys see Mrs. Ulysses last night in Pink Lady Plaza?
As you ask that, you see Norman exit the bathroom. He's staying away from everybody, but does like a little wave and calls out.
I really think I should go to the hospital. I want to get checked out. This yogurt isn't helping me out.
Just yogurt.
Oh, it's Go-Gurt. It's fucking
That's
Go-Gurt,
what it was
isn't
last
it?
time.
He takes one final sip of his yogurt, and something gets stuck in it.
Oh.
And he spits out a piece of strawberry.
I think with that, like, he looks gaunt. You can tell that he just threw up before.
Yeah, I'll say, CJ, why don't you get him to the hospital? Just before you go, did you see Mrs. Ulysses last night on your watch?
No, she wasn't there.
Okay, because my brain went, we saw Mrs. Ulysses on the first night, and then you guys saw Mrs. Ulysses on the second night, and I was like, if you see her on the third night, that's some sus-ass shit.
Yep.
But that's less sus now.
Oh, I was on the lookout.
All right. So, CJ, are you escorting Norman to the hospital?
Yeah, CJ's gonna go with him.
And drop the flower bud off at Yaya's.
Yes. The flower butt. Or should I just give it back to you?
I mean, you could. I seem to be fine with it.
Either or is fine.
I'll just give it back to Nell.
Okay. Nell,
Nell
it's back
takes
in
it
your
back.
inventory. And the two of you, like, you can go near one another. You kind of help Norman a bit more steady on his feet.
Norm's gonna get that scrub down.
Yo, yeah, this is gonna be one of those like iodine scrub baths. Like it's not gonna be fun.
If I had a nickel for every time Stick's character got scrubbed down in an episode of
It'd
Roll
be
No
2
Evil, I'd
nickels.
have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened
Yep.
twice.
So there are certain things that are just the one things of continuity in all of these series, which is the Eds and Stick's characters scrubbing down.
Also having really weird drinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so CJ, you kind of like put Norman's arm around you just to help him get a bit more steady. Try not to gag with the scent of like still the previous night and now strawberry Go-Gurt. And you go to the hospital.
I only have like one thing I want to do left for this. I just want to talk to Millie's parents.
The two of you go over to where Millie's parents are. One of the few people who didn't move from that back wall. They're talking heatedly back and forth. Not an argument, but an intense conversation. But they stuck against that back wall. They didn't follow the others.
So Yaya wants to go up and say, Mr. and Mrs. Pritchett, I'm sure you have been getting this, but I just want to give you my most heartfelt condolences. And as you know, I am part of the Neighborhood Watch, and we are doing everything we can to help find Millie and figure out what is going on in our community.
You see Mrs. Pritchett, she is resting an elbow on like her other hand, like wrapped around each other. She's like pinching the bridge of her nose, and she's like, I'm actually terrified if you find her at this point. She looks up and she's angry, not at you. She's just everything going on, and it didn't help with the we're dead. Just, yeah, who knows? Maybe you find her where they found the others on that field. At this point, am I just going to have to start making funeral arrangements? Like, she's just frantic, like, listing, and you see Mr. Pritchett just kind of, like, consoling her, like, I'm sorry, just, it's taking a toll on both of us at this point, and knowing more people are going missing, it's just, we're keeping up the hope, but it's looking bleak.
In the days leading up to the big football game, did you notice her acting any differently? Did you notice her acting more absent perhaps than usual, or more moody, or any of the things? You know, maybe it could be something that you might have chalked up to just normal teenager things.
I want you to roll manipulate.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
No, you can always roll help out as well.
Yeah.
No, oh, it's on the ground, Ooh, nice. I rolled an 8.
Nice. Now you can also help out, because if you get like a really good roll, it's a +2.
I'm gonna try to help out. Well, I got a mark experience for that. I rolled a 3.
We're really doing great.
Yep. What did you roll? An 8?
8.
Okay, so that's still a 7, so you're still good.
It's still a 7. Wait, why is it a 7?
Because if you roll badly for help out, you actually damage
it's a
their
-1.
roll. Yep.
Oh, right.
So you're
That's
lucky.
so funny. I didn't think about it.
No, you try to be like sympathetic.
She's like stammering, like trying to say words.
Millie. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I do have a question. Is the Geiger counter reacting to her parents?
No.
No? Okay.
So Mrs. Pritchett just kind of like rubs her eyes and just like, I'm sorry, and she goes to take like a breather outside, but Mr. Pritchett stays. Where he just kind of like, he's crossing his arms. He looks, while his wife definitely looks like she's just channeling all of this into anger and irritability, he is much more like just exhausted. You could see on his face, every community meeting, he's looking more and more tired. He just kind of like crosses his arms, looks down, he's like, not that I can remember, but Millie she was involved in so many activities, so we didn't see her as often as like other parents would see their kids. We would come home, it was really dinner, and then the night, especially with football going on, her weekends were booked for cheer. And he just kind of like sighs and he's like, I should have paid more attention. I should have.
You had no way of knowing, Mr. Pritchett. You should not blame yourself. Who was it that suggested she get involved with the beautification project?
She did. She would come to the community center. They might have had some like posters for volunteer services. I remember seeing notices about it because, you know, they're bringing in all this new foliage. Some areas were closed down as they did the renovations around town. And she thought it was a really great opportunity for college applications.
Do you know who was bringing in that new foliage? Just the committee?
He kind of like thinks for a minute, and I'm actually going to roll.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to roll as a little homebrew thing into how much information I'm giving you.
Ooh.
The lower I roll, the more you'll know.
Interesting.
Worm.
And it's a 3.
Worm. Yay!
Oh, shit. Yes. Okay.
The one time I roll low,
Yay!
he puts his hands on his hips just to think, and he's just like, I think Millie just said that they were just trying to find whatever they can. We don't really have any gardening centers or stores in town. So the older folks were calling like different towns, different nurseries that could do bulk deliveries, and then just whatever we actually had. I know that Core Curve, like I think she said that there were some like viable plants that they can get like snippings of that they could just use. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about plants, but she said like, hey, it saves us a bunch of money. We can use that for new benches.
Do you know where from Core Curve or who would know who planted those in Core Curve?
Not, and he's like, I don't think they planted them, but I know that they at least were like kind of more like they would be the ones to like work with Millie, like actually planting them. Like the Rices, Mr. and Mrs. Rice.
Okay.
They were the ones that would have known.
And they live not in Granny Smith Grove, I'm guessing.
They do.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Okay, good. The Rices.
Yeah, so he just kind of like nods. He's like, yeah, just whatever they had on hand. She just wanted to make, well, she wanted the college credit. And he like laughs a little bit. He's like, Millie kept telling us she was getting into Ivy League. She was going to do everything she could to pad out the resume. But she also did want the town to be pretty.
She is a good soul. Thank you so much for this, Mr. Pritchett. I know this is a hard time and that talking to me and talking to us is not easy. Nell, do you have any more questions to ask?
No, sorry.
No, don't apologize, Kuricha. Can I give him James's number?
I think he already has it.
Yeah, James already has his number and can reach out. So we're going to just say vice versa. Because also you got to remember, James was within that circle.
Yeah.
And so I'll say, if there's anything you can think of, please, you know our very own James. If you have anything, please reach out to him and he'll let us, the Neighborhood Watch, know.
He nods and it's like a faint smile. It's forced. It doesn't reach his eyes, but you know, his shoulders do relax a little bit. He goes, yeah, thank you. I know my wife is also thankful. It's been rough and with everything going on. We have other towns on alert to see if they find her. Nobody's there. They've searched top to bottom. We just want her home. She's our only kid. We want her home. He just sighs and like rubs his eyes. And I'm gonna do another roll. Gotta love homebrew stuff.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's a 5.
Okay.
I've been rolling so good the entire season, and this is the worst I've just saved it apparently.
I guess.
So he's rubbing his eyes, and his eyes are downcast. Like they're not closed, but he looks up and he sees the Geiger counter in your hand, Yaya. And he points and he's like, "Oh, did you work at the factory?" Like, why do you have one of those here?
Which factory would you be referring to, Mr. Pritchett?
I'm sorry, I haven't slept, but like, the exact name escapes me, but like, and he just like puts a hand on his forehead, thinking. My dad, when he was younger, he moved here because there was like a factory job. I just remember seeing those all the time. I think a bunch of old timers still have them.
Does your dad still live in Crabapple Cove?
He shakes his head. He's like, no, he died a few years ago. But I remember seeing that, like, growing up. He worked at some sort of factory somewhere in town. I don't really know. But yeah, I just remember seeing that. I don't know what it is. I think we had one, and I just threw it away. He chuckles a bit. He goes, I'm sorry. I haven't slept. I didn't mean to turn this into like a history lesson.
No, you're good, Mr. Shit. Did your dad ever talk about people he worked with, like, that still live here, that may still be alive?
He's like, he just shrugs. He's like, I think a bunch of the old timers in town, like the ones who like have been here forever. I think that they all worked at it. I think it was like the main thing in town, you know, like those lumber communities and everything. That I think a bunch of them. So probably anybody who's like, he means to gesture to Yaya, but then he like pauses himself because he thinks it's rude.
No, I was gonna ask, like, can Yai roll like something to like know if she's
Investigate a mystery.
All right. Oh God.
Your worst one.
Part of me is like, man, when I level up, I want to like just get a +1 fucking investigate a mystery, but I don't know if that's just meta. Well, we're already off to a bad spot. I'm gonna mark it experience, and I'm gonna do fucking luck because again, I've only used one this whole mystery. I rolled a 2. I rolled snake eyes, baby. By the way, I have gained 3 experience in this community meeting.
So yeah, when you first came to town, it was a town. Mm-hmm. Definitely a lot smaller. You've lived here forever.
Yeah.
But you're not originally from here, of course. You remember that it was like a blue-collar working town. There was a factory. You vaguely remember it being in one of the neighborhoods, but like nothing crazy. You remember like pieces of this. It's something you just never really thought about. You were mostly like in the forest cultivating, setting up your practice. But you remember like people went to a factory. It was like the main place in town. The town started developing as the years went by. And you vaguely remember the talk of like decades ago of a big place in town just getting dismantled from no longer being in use. So just to clarify, you remember that there was a factory. You haven't thought about it in, I'm gonna, like, probably 40, 50 years.
Okay. You know, obviously me and Miss Ulysses have granny beef. But, like, I'm sure she knows of, like, the other older members of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess my question is, like, could she also potentially, and maybe that luck would sort of work with it, about this idea of, like, would she have known anybody who would have worked there?
You are safe to assume that, like, a lot of people, like, around your age, they all would have, like, worked there at that time.
Okay, so, like, anybody.
Like, it was the main place in town. Like, that the town grew up around, like,
yeah,
again, like one of those, like, lumber communities.
All right. Okay, so, factory town initially hasn't been used.
Yep.
But she wouldn't know where the factory is?
Decades have passed where it's, like, it would have been dismantled, like, decades ago. So let's say you came, so like somewhere in like the late 50s, early 60s, more business cropped up in town. It's no longer here in town.
The building doesn't exist anymore.
No, you remember hearing about like a large structure in town being dismantled.
Okay, so building doesn't exist. Okay. But people work there. All right. So like if we go to Granny Smith Grove, presumably I know of an old timer who lives there who might have worked there. Okay, great. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Go and get some sleep, sir. You absolutely deserve it. And again, we are doing everything we can to find our sweet Millie.
He nods. He gives another smile that reaches his eyes, and he goes to leave, but then he stops and he comes back and he's like, "If you find her, whatever state that she's in, that's all we ask." And he just like stops and he goes, "My wife is not there yet, but I am." You feel what he's insinuating. I don't want to go on not knowing. That's all I ask. He pointedly looks at some of the families that were hanging in the back with him, some who still have missing family members. That's just all the peace that my family can have at this point, that we know.
We'll definitely tell you first.
He smiles. This time it's actually reaching his eyes. And he exits the community center to where his wife is silently crying. Who knows if she heard or if she's just having her own thoughts. Just the two of them just disappearing into the afternoon sun.
I have a thing that I want to do.
Do it. Oh my God, do it. Do it, do it, do it.
And I was going to say, yeah, can I borrow that from you for a second?
Of course.
Nell is going to take the Geiger counter from Yaya, and she wants to use magic to observe another place or time with it.
I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this.
Perfect.
Oh, baby. That is a nat 12.
Yeah! I love this.
Wow, I just blew out the audio.
Same.
Yay!
Fuck yes.
We got a nat 12.
I'm obsessed. Amazing. Hell
So you hold the Geiger counter now. It is the stress of finding out that not only is magic real, but that actually hasn't been what's going on, panicking you. Holding this Geiger counter, closing your eyes, you can just see these visions still of everything you've gone through, the events of Lefton Field, the first identifications that Millie was missing, CJ walking into that community center looking so gaunt along with Norman, your father just being so run down, and the idea of like, oh, maybe he was exposed too. Regardless how you feel about him, is your dad. In the one time where everything just kind of clicks together, this magic that was introduced to you far too young just suddenly makes sense all at once. You see, in the same way where you close your eyes and there's a bright light happening outside, it's a fadey vision, but still clear enough you can identify. You hold this counter, and you see an elderly man holding it one night. You don't see who it is, but you can identify it's an older hand, and it's definitely belonging to a man. You don't know who it is, but you hear the breathing. You hear the crunching against cold grass. You can see the glittering of stars and the vague shape of some structure. Both from just the blurriness of a vision to begin with, but also the dead of a night. You don't know when, but you know that this happened a bit ago. Before the neighborhood watch began, but after Millie went missing. You hear the crackling of this Geiger counter that is held in his hand as he sweeps. You feel the brushing of wind against you. You see a blob of green. Primrose evening green. You see a mowed lawn, a clean area, and you hear the quickening of his breath. The Geiger gets louder to wherever he's going. As he draws a bit closer, it looks like the siding of a house. It's refurbished. You can't tell the color because, again, it is the dead of night. It's starting to almost shrill in your ear, that Geiger counter, as you see that broken level indicator, the one that is going back and forth. It's getting more and more and more until eventually it's reaching the top threshold that it possibly can. And you see the billowing of curtains in a almost heart-shaped organ structure looking within this window. And then you hear the screaming of a man, an older gentleman, and the little whisperings through his pants as the vision is starting to just kind of leave you. Just this older man gasping within terror and sickness and fear. Just, I found her. And then you're brought back to reality.
Yeah, Nell's definitely gonna drop the counter and like land on the ground, and she's gonna be gasping like the old man was in the vision, and just like processing what just happened.
You feel like a cold sweat that has just taken over your body. You don't know who this man was. You don't really know all the... you saw clearly what had happened, but you don't really know what's going on. But you feel the most real thing about it is that terror. It's icy, as it has just gripped you like it did that man.
And Nell's gonna look up at Yaya, and she's gonna say, He found her. He found her.
Who found her, Koricha?
The vision, I and then she's gonna like just ramble on and on about the whole thing that she just saw and end with, he found her.
Okay, so somebody here, somebody in this town knows where Millie is. We just have to find that person or find that building, and maybe this Geiger counter can help. This was a fun little girls ep. It ended up being a girls episode at the end of the day.
Girls time.
Girls plus Lunday.
I mean, like, Lunday is here, but he's just not saying anything.
CJ is not there.
No.
I took notes and then I realized I shouldn't, and I just wrote above a certain section, I don't know the following.